Picking up from where we left off in the previous video, I'm going to declare a few variables and a couple arrays, and we'll check the sizes of those. So we'll start with, I'll say int a, and I'll do a long b, and I'll do an int array. And I'll go ahead and populate this with some of the numbers here. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't really talked about arrays yet, but we'll get into arrays pretty soon here. Let me put a semicolon there. And then a long array. Ling, L-O-N-G. And again, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now let's go ahead and use the printf, and I'll print out a. Let's see here. Control C. Come down here, and I'll just paste that right there. So we're printing out this header. I'm going to actually have to put a /n right there just to make sure that there's a new line. And I'm going to print something like just a text here. So print f, and I'll do %s for a string. And then I'll say size, sign, variables. So whatever the type of the variable is, that'll be the size of that variable. Okay, and but the arrays will be the sum of the sizes of each of the types, and the type obviously is given here. So this says that that's an array of integers, and I've initialized it to 5 integers. So there should be 5 times 8 bytes. Okay, so we will see the total bytes. All right, so let's start off with a. So size of a, and then we can just use the size of operator or function. I keep on saying operator. A, right there. Now let me go ahead and make a few copies of this. B, size of B. I'm just going to go ahead and put all these in. Size of int array. And size of int r. So this should be int array up here. Okay, that's why it's giving me an error. Print size of long array. Okay, save that. And then compile it. I'm going to clear the screen. And run it. Okay, so we have our first section giving us the types, which was discussed in detail in the previous video. Okay, oh, I forgot to put a /n, so let me go ahead and clear the screen. Just that output's jumbled up. I'll put that over here. /n. Now let's do that again. I should be able to read it better. Compile, clear the screen, and run it. Okay, that's better. So like I said, that output, we discussed all this in the previous video on types and their sizes. And now here we've declared a few variables. So int obviously is 4, so there's a size of int, and this is the size of a, okay? And size of b is a long, right? So 8, and of course size of a long is 8. So no surprises there. And of course, if you allocate a number of integers in an array, then the size of that array will be the size of the time, the size of each int, which is 4, right, times the number of elements that you declare to be in the array. So I've initialized the array to have 5 elements. So obviously 4 times 5 is 20. Okay. The size of the long is 40. Okay, and that's because the long is 8 bytes. So that's where we get that size from. Now the size, it's nice to know what the size is, right? Because you don't, just using the size of will tell you what size that this array holds, right? But the size of operators when it come in handy, or functions when it come in handy, when we start dynamically allocating memory. This is static allocation, essentially. These variables reside in the stack for the main method. And I have another video on the differences between the stack and the heap, okay? And it's nice to know. Well, it's crucial to understand the difference between stack memory and heap memory. But whenever this program is run, the main method executes. These printf statements get executed, and then these variables are allocated within the stack, and of course then they are used in these printf statements here. Okay, so everything is statically allocated on the stack, and then when the program exit, all that memory goes away. And when we get into functions, this will become even more clear. When a function declares variables inside the body of the function, you call the function, those variables exist, and when the function goes away, the variables they go away as well. And that's it. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next video.